Norway's got some of those badass beers in the history of mankind. No one had a Norwegian beer for a double up Lucas Oil triple style top alcohol driver.
No, you can't find that in Brownsburg. There's nothing from Norway besides me there.
And Julie Nataas joining us here in the Freak Nation. And there's a little giggle, a little hesitation there for me because before we went live with Julie, we were trying to figure out how the hell to pronounce her name. All right, run us through the enunciations of your name that you've encountered over your life, top alcohol pilot.
I mean, I say Nataas, then there's Nataas, and I don't even know how many other ways people have been saying it, but it's just easier for me to say Nataas with my accent. Whatever people say, it's not right anyway, so whatever is comfortable for you.
Well, you say with your accent. What is the accent that you have, Julie?
So my language is Norwegian. Like, I'm from Norway, so I've always been speaking Norwegian, and then when I moved to America like 7 years ago, I had to find a different way to say it.
Bang. Yeah. Leave it to the Americans to brutalize another name. Holy smokes.
Yes.
Julie Nataas joining us here in the Freak Nation, top alcohol pilot for the NHRA and a big winner, Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
No,
the big
IRP.
Excuse me. IRP, the big go over Labor Day weekend, joining us here in the Freak Nation. In an elevator speech or in a nutshell, tell us how you got here, because that's a big deal. Statman said this before going live with you. A Norwegian drag racer. I don't think I've ever said that in our 22 years. Run us through the QuickBooks version of how in the hell you got into a top alcohol dragster.
Well, I obviously grew up in Norway. I grew up at the racetrack with my dad and grandfather racing, Top Fuel, Pro Mods, all that kind of fun stuff. And then I started racing Junior Dragsters. And whenever I was done with high school, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. So I moved to Santa Barbara, California for have a fun year in college and then see what happens from there. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, if I go to America, I can try to become a professional race car driver. So I think it was my last year in college. I got my top alcohol license with Randy My Racing.
Hey, Dad, what are you going to buy at the store today?
I'm out of Lucas Oil fuel treatment, so let's jump in here and grab us some.
Well, do they have the Lucas Oil parts cleaner and degreaser?
I bet they do.
Well, how about the Lucas Oil power steering fluid?
You know, they'll have that too.
Even the octane booster?
I won't be surprised if they do.
My favorite red and tacky grease?
Yes, they will, babe.
Dad, when we're done, can we grab some candy?
Deal, but you gotta share.
Awesome! Lucas works.
You, I think, put in a tweet or an Instagram that you've never had a weekend as crazy as this past weekend, the 2022 Indianapolis U.S. Nationals. Can you explain for people that might not be aware precisely how crazy it was? Yeah, you doubled up with wins, but walk us through the process of what actually happened and your mindset of, I might not get to that second race. Oh, wait, I just won that second race. Huh?
Well, yes. So obviously you come into a race, or at least for me, I'm like, okay, I'm confident in myself and my team. And I was this weekend because I felt like we finally had our car, like our race car back together. Like, it's running quick times. Like, we have the car that can win this race. And we also have the Jegs All-Stars. So I figured, you know what, maybe I think we can double up. So I was all ready. We qualified. We're fine. We win first and second round of the Jegs All-Stars. And then we have a little bit of a rain delay. So we're all just like, like waiting around, like, come on, let's go. And then we're racing in the dark in that final round, just like last year. And then I hit the gas pedal. It shook. I can't see anything because it shook my brains out. So I pedal it and it's still shaking. Like, I'm still driving to shake. And all of a sudden I have a body in my lap. Like, I can't see because the body panels are all in front of my face. And right before I crossed the finish line, this piece of my body just blew out of my face, and I see the wind light comes on, and I look in front of my car, and I'm like, it's cold. It's kind of breezy, and where's the rest of my car? But wait, did we win? Like, what just happened? Like, I couldn't believe it. It was so weird. Like, all the emotions all at once. Like, we ruined this car or this body, but we won the race. So when I pulled off of the racetrack and I was done with my interviews, I'm like, I have first round of the U.S. Nationals tomorrow morning at 9:45, and it's currently 11:30 p.m. What are we going to do? Like, is there another body? Like, is there anything else that's broken? And we broke the wing and a couple other things that we did have things for in the trailer. It was really just a body that we were missing. So now there's emotions of like, oh gosh, are we done? Like, is this it? And then we managed to get a body. Well, my old body from last year, it was in the shop in Kansas. So Megan, my teammate, or she used to drive with us, she's now retired. She took that job with her husband and drove the body up. And because they changed our schedule, like I said, we were supposed to race first round at 9:45 a.m. But because of the weather that was supposed to come in, like rain, they changed it. So we were now going to run first round at 2 p.m. My body came to the racetrack at 1 p.m. and we were able to like get it on the race car. And it was just such a huge relief feeling, like more emotions coming in, like, okay, we got it. We can race. Like, okay, we're good. And then we just started racing and we kept going rounds. And I was sick to my stomach. Like, I'm normally not sick to my stomach before elimination. Like, I wanted to throw up every single round. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, what if I screw this up for my team? Like, I really don't want to mess this up because now we got the chance. Like, we can go double up. And what a crazy story. And all of this, like, all at once. And then we did. So when I won that final round, there was huge relief. I was bawling my eyes out from the moment that I saw the win light on until we got into that winner's circle.
The weekend you've been waiting for is back. Are you ready to feel the ground shake? Are you ready for the sound of thunder? Are you ready for an adrenaline-pumping 3-second thrill ride? The NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway September 30th through October 2nd. See legendary superstars John Forrest, Ron Capps, Tim Wilkerson, Rob Hyde, and Anton Brown battle it out in the countdown for the championship. The NHRA Midwest Nationals. Brought to you in part by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Illinois South Tourism. Go to www.raceway.com to get your tickets now.
I love it that young people are getting into drag racing because I saw it in getting ready for this. I saw an interesting comment that people your age aren't getting into drag racing, at least into the top ranks of drag racing. Is that something that you plan to be in the top fuel categories with Antron Brown, or are you happy to stay where you are in top alcohol dragster, the Sportsman categories?
Oh, my dream and goal is absolutely to go top fuel racing. If it's a top fuel dragster or funny car, I really don't care. That's all I wanted to do. And that's what I'm working towards. Like, that's what I started on whenever I moved to Santa Barbara here 7 years ago.
Wow. Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara to a double up winner at
Well, I have to move out of Santa Barbara. I'm not there anymore.
Oh, where are you?
In Brownsburg, Indiana.
Hey, you've gone from Norway to Santa Barbara to Brownsburg, Indiana. You have no care whatsoever about where you live. You don't even have a chance to go to In-N-Out anymore.
I don't know. It's kind of sad. You know, as long as I'm racing, like, it works out better for me to be in Brownsburg than it is for me to be in Santa Barbara.
Julie Nataas or Nataas.
Oh boy.
Top alcohol pilot, of course, double up at Indianapolis last weekend in Labor Day here in the Freak Nation Lucas Oil Studios. After those wins, you had to go party. Two things. You're old enough to drink, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what was your beverage of choice? And then what was your cheat meal? What's the meal? What's the thing that you gnawed on in celebration that night after those big wins?
The first beverage that was given to me was a Coors Light. And I think people I don't think I ever had to go reach for my own drink. So it was either Coors Light or Michelob Ultra. And for dinner that night, everything was booked up. So we just went to this Greek place in Avon, not too far from the racetrack, had a meal. And then I actually was planning a surprise party for my best friend, Johnny Lindbergh, that night. So all my friends, or all our other friends, had to go fix that, make sure that was okay. And then I went over to his house and we surprised him for his birthday party.
Listen,
Wait, she had a double up win and a double up party.
Hey,
That's
hold
a
on
good
second.
weekend.
This whole thing is just blowing me away. You're from Norway, you go to Santa Barbara, you're in Brownsburg, and you celebrate with the Coors Light. Norway's got some of those badass beers in the history of mankind. There's a Ringnes beer, there's Carlsberg. No one had a Norwegian beer for a double up Lucas Oil triple style top alcohol driver?
No, you can't find that in Brownsburg. There's nothing from Norway besides me there. So,
Jeez.
but my drink of choice after my beers, whenever I could actually make one at the birthday party, was it's always a Tito's soda water and lime and lemon. It's good.
That needs to be called the Nataas
Yeah.
in the NHRA pits. Tito's soda water. And are you listening, Tito's? Because sponsorship money for Julie would be nice.
Yes, please.
Tito's soda water, lemon and lime, the Nataas.
Well, it's not lost on us, Julie, what you did at Indianapolis and what you had to go through. It's not as if you made your runs, went to the pits, took a nap, got out in your race car. You went through trial and error, whether you knew it or not, to get those wins. Really, it's all downhill from here for you. When you get a race win, it's like, oh, really? I didn't suffer any body damage, or we didn't hit the wall.
Yeah, no, I guess it's going downhill. I'm glad I didn't hit a wall though, because like I said, I couldn't see anything. So I'm like, am I keeping this straight? In my mind, I'm like, this is probably going to go really, really bad, but I'm glad it didn't.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Hey, look, enough of that. I need to know if you know your Norwegian history.
Oh,
no, history is my worst.
Hell yes, I'm going there. Julie Nataas joining us here in the Freak Nation. Top alcohol pilot, flying those Lucas Oil colors here in the Freak Nation. You know what? Let's see if Statman's a hell of a history buff. Let's see if
I am.
Yeah.
That's surprising me. There you go. Yeah. Wow.
And I've got some trivia music underneath us here. Julie, let's do this. All right, you ready for this?
I think so.
Okay. Who was the first ruler of Norway?
I don't know. What's a ruler? I don't even know the English term, I think.
What's a ruler?
Is it a king and queen system, or is it a presidential system?
I don't know. Who ruled? Who's the first person that said, I'm the king, I'm the ruler of Norway? Who was it?
Oh, I should know this.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. I can't remember.
Mr. Norway?
No, it was Harold the Fair-Headed.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh. No, I know the word in Norwegian, I think.
Do you?
I haven't heard it in English before.
Are there any dudes in Norway still called Harold the Fair-Headed?
Harald is the word in Norwegian. I just remember. I
Can
don't
you
think
say it on radio? Did you just cuss?
No, that's his name or their name in Norwegian.
Okay. What is the name of the oldest existing city in Norway?
Oldest existing city in Norway.
It was founded in 870 AD.
I'm going to guess with Oslo, but it was called Christiana before.
You might be right. I'm relying on the internet, by the way. Toensberg. Toensberg was founded around 870 AD. Around the city can be found many ruins of old buildings, including churches, monasteries from the 13th century.
Meanwhile, Julie, ask Kenny about the oldest city in America. I bet he couldn't do that. over there.
Right?
Ask him about the oldest city in Dallas. That would stop.
Yeah, the oldest neighbor.
All right. Since I'm the king of brutalizing names, let me brutalize this one for you. We'll end it with this. This should be a layup for you. You ready for this, Julie?
Yep.
In which city is Vislandersparken located? This is the park with all the stone statues and monuments.
That's my hometown, Oslo.
Is it Vigdenslandsparken? Vigelandsparken?
Vigelandsparken.
Oh, man. Off the air. We got new affiliates. They're going to say, man, what is that going on? You guys cussing in Norwegian.
Yeah.
Can you say I'm a badass drag racer in Norwegian?
Yes. Hold on. So I've been in America for too long, because when someone says things like this, I'm like, hold on, I got to think. Because in Norway, we also say badass. So I would say, jeg er en badass dragchauffør.
Dang.
Wow.
That's a t-shirt.
Badass.
Can you say, I'd like some barbecue and grape soda in Norwegian?
Jeg vil veldig gjerne ha litt barbecue og druebrus.
Yeah. You walk into a barbecue joint and roll that off your tongue. They look at you and call the police. They said the woman's out of her mind.
All right, one last thing. Can you say, I'd like some chicken and waffles and a cream soda, please?
Jeg vil gjerne ha litt kylling og vafler og en krembrus.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's done that before. She knows that came out too easily. Did you go to Roscoe's when you were in Southern California to get some chicken and waffles?
I've never heard. Wait, no, I've heard about this place, but I've never been.
Yeah, see, everybody knows about Roscoe's and In-N-Out. You know, I mean, just don't confuse the two. You don't want any jungle style waffles. You know?
Probably not. No.
You get shot if you walk into Roscoe's. For that stat, man.
See, this is what you get when you win Indy.
Yeah.
After, baby.
Well, look, this is fantastic. We're happy for what you and Randy Meyer have done with this double up in Indianapolis. It sounds like you're on the road to a lot of special things that are coming your way. You are what the NHRA wants and frankly needs in racing to pile it up in the higher ranks, Julie.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. And any sponsor that doesn't find their way to your door doesn't need to be in motor racing, because you represent everything that's good about drag racing, and you shouldn't have any problem, I hope.
Thank you. I don't hope so either.
All right. Can you say goodbye, speed freaks, in Norwegian?
Ha det bra, speed freaks.
Well, that's kind of
Oh,
boring.
we're just the same. We're just
Yeah, speed freaks will be the same. Isn't that your name?
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah, well, that's
Isn't that your name? Isn't that your name?
Yeah.
I love it.
Awesome.
Go crush it in Iowa, babe.
Julie, thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.